Our next speaker is Jeremy Renteria. Jeremy has been in the industry for 5 years, focusing on organics marketing and account management for all inbound recyclable commodities at Zanker Recycling in San Jose. And we're going to go from fabrics to straight up wonky, so welcome aboard. Jeremy is going to present on demolition management reduction systems at Zanker's facility. The DM reduction system processes materials categorized as miscellaneous debris, as well as residuals from Zanker's other operations. So come on up, Jeremy. Yeah, that's just the blue button.
Perfect, sounds good. How's it going, everybody? So I see some familiar faces. I'm not sure if some of you have actually taken a tour of Zanker. For those of you who haven't, I'll do a brief little overview of Zanker Recycling. We specialize in construction and demolition recycling. And right now, we developed a DM reduction system which specializes in miscellaneous debris and bulky miscellaneous items. So I'll go through that pretty quickly. I do have a video, so that'll be pretty fun if there's no technical difficulties for the most part. The pictures you see here, this would be categorized as trash. We have implemented these new categories to go into our DM reduction system, which if they weren't categorized, this would be at 0% diversion rate. I'll be upfront. A lot of the material that comes out of our DM plant is considered ADC. We don't like ADC, but unfortunately that is a byproduct that's coming out of there, and that does eventually go into the landfill. But it is considered recyclable, but not for lead projects. So I'll go back to construction waste really quickly and demolition debris. Those two categories, they're very clean material. That's really comprised of aggregates, wood, and metals. And then once you get past those two categories, you get to something called mixed debris. That's a material that's not really categorized and doesn't have its own classification. And that's coming in from garage cleanouts, 1-800-GOT-JUNK, Junk Kings, those type of trucks that are coming into the landfill, into the recycling center to get that material away from their customers. So these two categories really take the place of that. So as you see from the picture, it kind of looks like there's some furniture. You'll see desks in there. You'll see tables. On the far left picture, you'll see insulation that's wrapped in with some metal as well. That's really what miscellaneous debris looks like. And now for the secondary category, you're going to look at bulky miscellaneous items. Best picture for this is you're going to see anything from refrigerators to appliances to the chairs you guys are sitting on. And really the biggest thing that we can relate to is IKEA. So all the IKEA furniture that you guys are getting, all the stuff that you're building at home, eventually a lot of people are moving and it goes into the trash, and a lot of the times there's really nothing we can do with it because it's varnished, it's finished, it's painted. Those are materials that we can't turn into mulch when it comes to clean wood. And that's really what the bulky miscellaneous item is. Before we get into the video, I want to show you the scope and the size of our shredder, which you'll see in the video. That's a guy who's 6 feet tall and he's going into a trap door. That's the actual in-feed conveyor of all the material that's going into our shredder. So before we start the video, just kind of give you a little scale. And those are teeth, and they're really working, and they retract and they go back and forward. And so we'll go on with the video right now. Somewhere in there.
Before May of 2017, materials that entered Zanker Materials Processing Facility, Site 2, that were classified as trash were sent to a landfill for disposal. Today, these materials are classified as miscellaneous debris and are processed through Zanker's new DM reduction system. This new recycling operation not only processes the material from the site, it processes the residuals from Zanker's other operations. All these items mix together and make up our feedstock for the DM reduction system. Up to 90 tons per hour is loaded into a 6600 SSI shredder and ground to less than 14 inches in size. The shredded materials are conveyed under a 60-inch self-cleaning magnet to remove ferrous metals, with the remaining shredded materials dropping into a Doppstadt trommel screen. The first section of the trommel screen removes the 1-inch minus fines, which are conveyed past another magnet to remove metals. The remaining 1-inch minus materials on the conveyor is stockpiled and then marketed as ADC. The second section of the trommel screen removes the 4-inch minus fines. These fines are conveyed to a general kinematics air classifier. This air separator first removes any remaining fines less than 1 inch minus before the materials enter the body of the classifier. Here, materials are fluidized with a high velocity air stream which results in heavy items such as glass, metals, wood, and stones to be removed from lighter items such as paper, plastic, and insulation. The heavies are conveyed past another magnet where they are deposited into a bunker and marketed as ADC. The lights are conveyed to a bunker where they are shipped to a landfill for disposal. The remaining larger than 4-inch materials cascade onto a conveyor that transports the materials to a 60-inch by 85-foot sort line, where sorters remove items such as wood, metals which include tin, aluminum, and copper, concrete, brick, and sheetrock. The sorters also remove beverage containers, mixed plastics, and cardboard. Residuals from the sort line are transported to the Marina landfill in Monterey County. Because of the DM reduction system, our recycling rates for our different operations have increased dramatically. This is because we now have the ability to process materials that were once classified as trash into recoverable commodities. All materials processed from the shredder operation are weighed and recorded to comply with the Recycling Certification Institute's third-party certification requirements. If you would like to learn more about our operation, please visit our website at www.zankerrecycling.com.
The reason why we want to show the videos, we work pretty hard on it, and we really don't have many opportunities to actually show the videos, so we appreciate it. As far as the material goes, I want you guys to take away from this, the most important part, this material would be considered trash. So this is kind of our way. I mean, it looks like it's big scale, but it's really a small amount of material that we're actually extracting from this stuff that would be considered trash. So even though it looks pretty big and dramatic, we're only getting so much out of it. And it's our little way of trying to achieve zero waste when you're in the C&D industry. So it's the best that we can do right now. And you see it's a pretty hard job. Along with our other lines, our demolition line and our construction lines, there are guys on the top on the sort line that are doing this by hand. And so, I mean, you know, we still got humans doing this. It's still hard. It's not an easy job when they're standing up there, but we do the best we can on the front end with all the machinery. And we call it technology, but it's just really big machines. But, I mean, if you look at the picture right here below, that's trash. But for us, we're able to call that, you know, miscellaneous debris, bulky miscellaneous items, and then extract as much of the, you know, the wood, the aggregates, the metals that we possibly can from that. Just to give you a little brief overview on the diversion rate, like I said, it'd be 0 if we weren't doing this at all. The DM reduction system right now has a 54% recycling rate. We implemented this about a year ago. Right now, we're trying to get the facility certified as third party with RCI. We're currently registered. But at 54%, just to show you up front, about 50% of that gets to be ADC most of the time. And unfortunately, you know, we wish we can lower those numbers. But if you look at the past 12 months, when we came into operation on April, it ranges anywhere from 64% all the way down to right now 54%, and even in December it was down to 30%. So I think I actually finished quite early. So if anybody has any questions. Yeah, go ahead.
Just go ahead.
Yeah, that 30% in December, is that just like, you're going to attribute that to weather, or?
I mean, it depends on what material we have coming in at the time. You know, if there's a lot of rain, we're not going to get a lot of material first off. And then there's a lot of numbers on the back end that we have to account for. Sometimes a customer will come in and we might have a scale problem, meaning that a truck comes in, it says it's weighed, you know, 20 tons or something, but the tare weight was off of that truck, meaning our guy, human error, accidentally put in the wrong license plate for that truck because we have a lot of customers coming in. We do about 300 to 400 transactions per day at both of our sites. So we have a guy that's standing up and doing all these transactions, so there's going to be some errors at the end of the day, and, you know, there's a bunch of factors that contribute to that.
Other question?
Yep. So as far as the wood market goes, I mean, everybody knows about biomass. That's a big topic right now, and then we'll get more conversation on that at the conference later on for CRRA as well, if anybody's attending to that. But as far as the demolition plant's concerned, all that material that we're extracting out of the wood is getting turned into mulch. We do turn that into our soil amendment, and we're getting sent that down and putting it in compost as well. And so if we're able to extract the wood, 100% of that wood, we'll say 99% is getting turned into a reusable product for the landscape industry. And the metals are getting sent down to metal recyclers, so those 3 bunkers that you saw there. Another one would be the aggregates. That's getting turned into Class 2 base rock that's used in a lot of Caltrains projects and industries for building materials.
Go ahead, Mark. There's the mics for you.
Good morning, Jeremy. I'm Mark from City of Oakland. It's nice
Hi,
to
Mark.
see you in person.
Finally good to see you in person.
Yeah. What can you tell the room about if you want to learn more about C&D and statewide groups and things like that?
Well, first, if you guys want a tour, go ahead and please contact me. We'd love to give tours. There's a line from CRA, the Technical Council for Construction Demolition Debris. It's open to the public. If you guys want to join, just sign up. Go to the CRA's website. It's a great council to be a part of. We meet once a month, and the calls happen from 11 to 12 on every second Monday. So if you guys want information, my email was up there, but go ahead and give me a call. I'll be walking around if you guys want any more information on like that as well.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.